Warning. Some viewers may find the following stream rabbit hole-y. Viewer discretion is advised.
I mean, you're not wrong, Morgan. It wouldn't be the first day that we'd had a a stream that was actually rabbit holey. So, in a bid to not make it so rabbit holey, because it's going to be quite a short one today, we're going to do a very quick prediction close. So, today, am I wearing a Kirby shirt? Possibly. Am I wearing a space shirt? Maybe. Or is it something else? So we're going to have a very quick look to see who is right and who wins all the points today. And it is, in fact, oh, it's a PlayStation shirt. So not Kirby, not space, but something else. So who's going to win all the points today? All the cogs going into their account. It is, in fact, well, let's unpin the other message up there. Prediction result is something else, and 1,020 points go to Tubby Crumbles. GG's, Tubby. Well done. Okay, so what's happening today? It's going to be a shorter than normal stream. It was a later than normal start. I was that close to saying, well, let's not do a stream today, but I'm doing a stream because, you know, you deserve it. You deserve to have some bit gamey on a Friday, so here I am. I'm only lurking because I'm at a conference, but I want to support a great person. Unfortunately, they're not streaming, so I came here instead. JD. Yeah. Anyway, I hope the conference is going well. I hope whatever you went there for, you've managed to do, or you're going to be doing soon, and it's going to go fantastically well. You see, because I don't care that you insulted me. I'm just going to give love back into the community. You see, because that's just the kind of person I am. All right. So I'm even going to do a shout out for JD, who was first in chat today. Let's get a little clipperoonie. Just a guy named JD. Look, this is one of my favourite clips. Man on the Moon.
The good overlay happen.
Sing it, JD.
It's been a bad idea.
Come on.
Since the get-go.
Get it.
And now I've just...
Oh, it wasn't the singing one. What? What is that about? Tatum, how are you? Welcome on in. Good to see you. It's a little early for lunch, so you, oh, it's Friday, isn't it? Of course it is. No work for JD. No work for JD because he's at a conference, but no work for Tatum today. So we're going to do a shout out for Tatum and get a clip. Maybe we'll get some fishing, some juggling, maybe some Etch-a-Sketch, maybe, there we go, it's fishing, but it's not the annoying fishing one where they're annoying people on a boat that zoom by. This is one where we might get to see, I'll never remember if it's big mouth or large mouth, but a bass with a huge opening, shall we say. Look at that. And splush! Swim away! Hurry! There he goes. You're welcome, Tatum. I hope you're having a good Friday. I hope you're enjoying not being at work and not being stuck at a conference like JD is. So, yeah, you know. All the little blessings today. All right, so we're gonna fly through stuff today because it's gonna be a relatively short stream. So be free, little fish. That's it. Swim away. Come on. I'll catch you again tomorrow. So Publisher of the Week launched again yesterday. So for Unity developers that want a free asset, there we go. There it is. And if we show browser. Well, even my voice commands are working for me today. Let's go. Publisher of the Week. There's the link in chat. Metroidvania Adventure. This is actually quite a nice one. Not just because I don't own this particular one in particular, but also, even though I don't normally do 2D, this is actually quite a nice one. Look, it's normally $30. It's half price like all of Ismartel's assets because they're the developer of the week. But you also get it free with the coupon code. So there we are. And it includes all the art and sound necessary to create a complete platform game with a wide variety of characters, enemies, environments, visual effects, songs, and sound effects. Now, it doesn't actually say that it's a complete game, okay? It's in the 2D category. It doesn't present as a complete game. It shows you a complete game in the video, and I'm not really sure if it's a... It might be a little bit bait and switch. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's free, but if I spent $30 and they show a video where it looks like a fully working platformer that you could pretty much asset flip, as it does, yeah, I don't know. Let's have a look at another video. Oh, no, that's SoundCloud, so that's the music from it. We have parallax scrolling, so we've got multi-layered backgrounds. Like so. We have animated sprites, which is nice. We have the music, which they said about. Let's... Lovely tunes. A complete pack. Okay, yeah. Pixel art, yeah. 3 unique characters, okay. 7 different enemies, a boss, total of 24 effects, 3 different backgrounds, more than 100 props, 11 custom-made orchestral compositions. So you could even cherry pick from this, especially since it's free. You might not do 2D like me, but it still comes with music, it comes with sound effects, it comes with different things that you can actually cherry pick out of it and use in other projects. So definitely, I mean, at least for free, definitely worth grabbing. I don't know if we have any reviews of it yet. No reviews yet. So yeah, it's definitely worth grabbing hold of. Howdy, Aggie. How are you doing today? Good to see you. Let's see. Are we feeling lucky today? Are we gonna get somebody get a drop, even if it's me, and then I get to throw a gifty out there because I don't really need to subscribe to my own channel. Power is back on, so that's good. Excellent. But do you know whose power is not back on? Who has a bit of an issue with power at the moment? Is somebody that usually frequents the stream but is unable to because the side of their house kind of got taken off and they lost some power and they're busy trying to get it working. Is Ice Bear. Yeah, we'll do a shout out anyway, even though Bear
I have not done
might not be joining us today.
This is just testing.
Look, there's the zombie game.
It's going to be laid out and how
Glorious.
is going to work.
Another Unity dev. If you're not already following Ice Bear, I would suggest dropping a follow. Always a good time over there. Oh no, whereabouts in the world is he? It's actually a good question. Welcome in, Dukesoft. Thanks for that sneaky change of the calendar there. It's actually a good question. I need to try and find out because I have so many Discord servers. Here we go. Okay. So the post on their stream was out of commission for a bit due to the side of my roof having been ripped off by a city truck that decided to catch the power line and drag it down the road, taking my Eve with it. No power at home until repairs are done. I hope to be back to stream next week. Sorry if I miss your streams, but I must put the side of the house back on. So, yeah. No specifics there on where Ice Bear is. I can tell you that Ice Bear is in the same time zone as me, so they're in central time zone, which narrows it down, but probably not a great deal. So yeah, city truck. Oh no, sounds like someone's auto insurance will be taking care of it. Yeah, the thing is though, I mean, it's nice when it's not going to cost you anything, but it's just the inconvenience, isn't it? I mean, not being able to stream, not having power. What does that mean? Everything in your freezer is going to thaw out. It's a whole situation. Having no power is terrible. Yeah, so hopefully that gets taken care of sooner rather than later. But we'll do a shout out anyway. I hope you're doing okay, Dukesoft. I don't know if you're just lurking today, or it's going to be a fairly short stream. I'm just putting that out there. I have some IRL stuff to do. I had some IRL stuff to do before stream, which is why I'm about an hour later than normal. But I thought, well, let's do a tiny bit of a stream. I don't I didn't not want to stream today. I didn't want to send out a message and go, oh, sorry, it's cancelled. See you tomorrow. Because, you know, as strange and as hard as this might be to believe, some people like to see me. Crazy, right? So I thought, well, you know, even if it's just for like an hour and a half or something, let's get out there. Let's get it done. Power issues. Have your other half run faster on the treadmill and the problem is solved. Unless it's an electric treadmill, then it might be difficult with no electric. But if it's a manual one and you have a dynamo somehow hooked up to your electrics in your house, then absolutely it might be possible. How you doing, Dukesoft? Happy Friday. Good to see you. So yeah, quickly. So that's the freebie one for today. One of the things I want to do today is at least to get a gun mounted on the car, if nothing else. Possibly get a script added to the matrix signs, which we had in the last stream. Show Unity. So this is the basic matrix sign that we started with. We didn't really get any further than this, but I think so far it's looking quite promising. So yeah, there we have it. So what I'm thinking is, originally I was just going to search for gun, and I thought, no, you can't just search for gun on the asset store because that'll bring like hand weapons, won't it? And we don't want that. We want something that you can either mount on the hood or bonnet or the roof of the car that, you know, you can have firing. Tubby Crumbles! Winner of today's prediction by a landslide was in fact crumbliest of Tubbies.
A small black light lights up black to let you know you've done it. What is this? Some kind of intergalactic hyper...
Show browser. So what I thought was, rather than look for guns, which is going to be like rifles, pistols, it's going to show me all the wrong stuff. What I thought was, when I get assets that I think could be used in a tower defense game, I tag them with TD. Not the TD you know and love, not Terrier darts, but look, down here, I have a label that's TD. So if we click on this, out of my 4,225 assets, it should show us, oh look, 14 is a good start. Tower defense, and I'm thinking like tower defense like this weapon here might be a better thing to have mounted on a car rather than, you know, trying to search through the thousands, if not tens of thousands of weapons on the asset store and drill down and find what we need. So cannon, there you go. Cannon might be a good search term. Yeah. But mounted 50 caliber. Yeah. But you know, I think you're probably all overestimating the ability of the search in the asset store. I think even if I search for cannon, I'm going to get some military medieval thing that Tubby probably has restored at some point. And I'm not sure that, but yeah, the cannon type thing. Because before, when we looked at the video of Road Blasters, it kind of had like a simple something on top. Yeah, look, so it has a roof-mounted cannonion, but also I seem to remember that the guns were kind of firing out the front and not from the top, so I don't know. Anyway. I lived in Cleveland Park. I need your help. Karaoke on Friday night near or in College Park. Okay, well, I'll let you two chit chat about that. Meanwhile, I'm going to take a look through these 14 assets, and if we don't find anything suitable, then I will, in fact, extend my search, widen my net, if you will. So we have kind of a beat up old car. Show Unity. So I don't really want some shiny bright red thing. I kind of want something along a similar color palette and, you know, a similar kind of, if possible, beat up, dusty, dirty old style, because it needs to look like it was part of the car, even if it was retrofitted, rather than just, you know, seeming like I just glued a different asset onto it. So show browser. So let's have a look at this one here. What's this one? Oh, this kind of might work. We would obviously sink the base into the roof or the hood / bonnet. So that could work. That's a possibility. Something that's orange. Probably not really. Yeah, no, not really orange. Won't really go with it. Laser with a spiral thing on the front. No, not really. This one looks a bit too realistic. Sci-fi, yeah, doesn't really fit. Mesh tint, free, turret, tower. No, wrong art style. Wrong. Low poly alien. Buildings looks more like a Knickerbocker Glory. Yeah, no. Turret pack. I don't even care. I'm just going to carry on and pretend I don't hear dogs today. I'm just carrying on. Alright, so we have this one. No, it's kind of art style. Really fit in with it. Sci-fi again, didn't really go with it. Fantasy tower defense turrets. No. Okay, so not that one, and not that one. Smart turret template. Thank you, Lucasoft, because I needed that in stereo. I have this kind of off my ear so I can hear things, and I hear the actual dogs in this one. But you made dogs in the other one as well, so thank you for that. Much appreciated. It was definitely worth those 6 biddies. Thank you very much. Yeah. Anyway, smart turret template. How about, do we like the look of this one? This one looks like it potentially could fit. Let's open that in another tab. We're going to create a shortlist here. From the 14, so far we have a shortlist of 2. That's wrong. Art style. And then last but not least, 3D low poly turrets. Yep, wrong art style again. So we've narrowed it down to 2. This one, which was free, and this one, which was also free. So, yeah, let's have a look. Exactly 2. I mean, I guess the answer is we can just throw them both in the project, right? And then we'll just see which one looks the bestest. Bestest is totally a word. See this one, I don't know about these. Looks like almost scuba tanks on the back. I don't know. All right. Well, let's load them both in, and then we'll see. So, open in Unity for that one. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Okay, and it's in fact opening allegedly in Unity. There we go. Download. And then I'm just going to wait for it, and then when it's finished downloading, which should be fairly quick because I don't think these are big packs by any stretch. 35 meg, yeah. So we can now import that one and import. So bruh assets is the name of the folder it'll be in, and then we can close it out, and then it has finished doing its thing, which it has. We can open this one in Unity, show Unity. We can download this one. So we've got bruh assets down here, which is one of them. And then the other one, which is in folder Smart Turret Template. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in on the scene window, which you'll see in a moment on the left. We're going to drag in the assets from both of these packs. And then we're going to look at the window on the right and see which one we think looks best or will fit best with the car that we're using. Because what we can do is later on, I mean, we're kind of up against the clock now. I'm thinking we have like a week to go. So I might have to do quite a lot off stream. Because one of the big things is going to be getting the lighting looking good. We need a completely dark scene apart from the things that are lit in the scene. And then I want some kind of, when you're firing, I want some kind of muzzle flash. Is that the right term? I want some kind of flameage around the gun, so it's more emphasis when you're actually firing. And I want it to be big and bold and flashy. And so, yeah, lighting I think is going to be key for that, especially in a dark scene. So we'll go to the scene, and here we have the car, and we have bruh assets and defense cannon and prefabs, and we have the cannon base, cannon tower. So I like that they've split it out, because if you remember, I did say that we're going to have to sink the base into the car so that we don't see it, or not. Maybe the base needs to show, and that's how we attached it to the car. So let's try with the main cannon to start with. We have cannon tower here. We have the base. I like that they are separate meshes. I like how they've done that. And then presumably these are separate meshes too, because you're going to need to rotate. Let's see. Let's drag the cannon in. Put it there. Okay, so spin around to the side. We'll drag it to the front. Have a look. We might need to increase the scale, because I don't really feel like that gun is big enough for what we're going to need it to do. Let's try Scooby-Dooby 1.25, maybe. Now let's play maximize and hit play and see how that looks on the screen when it's played. All right, obviously we have some issues there, because we're not really doing anything with it at the moment, and there's all kinds of balkedness, which is fine. Just really want to see how it looks with the car. So cannon, let's put the cannon under the player. Play. Okay, I mean, it doesn't look terrible. I think I like that the color kind of goes with the car. Right, so that was the first choice. What have we got? Errors. Blah blah blah. Okay, errors with the model. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Okay, so that was the first choice. We can now uncheck that as we test the second one. And the second one was not in bruh assets. The second one was in smart turret template, prefabs, FX prefabs. Oh look, explosion, fog, and shot. Might actually have some things we can use. Oh look, explosion. Oof. Kind of like a particle system for a cloud of smoke. That's nice. Might be able to use that. Okay, so fog. Whoa, hello fog. That seems like we may have a material issue here. It's TT fog FX. Yeah. Materials. That's weird. I wonder if it's URP only. It is. We might not be able to use it. Look. Ding, 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 ding. See if we can just change it to a standard fader. Okay, so that's That's yeah. Definitely interesting.
Get hyped for Iristian games.
Get hyped for Iristian games, not Christian games, Iristian games. Okay. Random subscriber shout out. Alright, so blah blah blah. Fog, this is the one that's having issues with. And I guess opaque didn't work. Transparent. There we go. Transparent. Let's have a look. See how that fog looks. Well, I mean, I feel like we can come up with a better fog solution even if we can't get the native one working properly. And I think since we had an issue with the material, that yeah, it's not really fog, is it? It's more separate clouds. I would think I would expect that. Yeah, I'll see what they're trying to do there, and it might look better if it is URP only, just being in URP, but we're going to get rid of that. Okay. So, hello! Good Lord Almighty. Thank you for that wake-up call, Jigsaw. I definitely...
He'll
Yeah.
be listening and lurking while I do some work in the garage afterwards. It will be time for some lunch.
Well, I'll be raiding out in around an hour or so, Tatum. So if we don't make it to the contents of your lunchbox today, then I hope you have a great rest of the day. I hope you get lots of work done in the garage, and I hope you're having lots of fun. And I'll catch up with you soon. And thank you, Dukesoft. That's almost as good as calling your asset Fogier. Okay. So FX prefabs. So we can't use the fog. The explosion we might be able to use. Shot. Let's see what shot does. Restart. Pew, pew, pew. Okay, so a little pew. We might be able to use the pew. We might be able to use the pew, and we might be able to use the explosion. But we're not going to be using the fog. Alright, so we'll keep that. But what about the actual turret? Here is the turret. Now, is this turret going to be the winner chicken dinner? Or, I mean, definitely need to do something with the scale there. 0.5 maybe? Okay, so bring that more centered. Look how much we need to get. Okay, and maybe like that. And if we can put it up here into the prefab and then hit play, let's have a look, see how this one looks. Well, that's see, does this one have like rigid bodies and stuff? Why is it suddenly dragging it down? It does, rigid body. We don't need a rigid body on it. Okay, remove that component. Can't remove it because the actor script, turret script, all these scripts depend on it. Okay, well, let's take all these scripts off then, shall we? Hey, remove. Remove. And there's another one. There it is. Remove. No, it should let us remove the rigid body. Remove. Okay, and now maybe we can test it without it sinking our car into the upside down. So it definitely needs lowering some if we were going to keep this one. possibly like that. And does it let us rotate the head? Rotation on the Y. Okay, it does. We can rotate it. Do we need to rotate it? Well, possibly, depending on time constraints. What I'm thinking is, I had another idea. I know. Feature creep is real. In that maybe we can also mash this with something like Arkanoid, where it's the breakout game where you get collectibles. And that maybe at some point you could pick up like a homing missile type thing. And so when you hit fire, you get so many uses of it, and you don't even have to actually be in the same lane as the zombie that you're shooting at. So, and you wouldn't have to change lanes. You would just press the button, and then the turret would rotate and fire and hit the zombie. And if we hadn't got time to make it rotate and do all that fun stuff, then maybe we just have it pointing forward, and then it fires, and then the bullet goes and finds the zombie. Yeah, possibly, allegedly. Well, I don't think that drop's going to win me a free sub, is it? No. What about my fishing? Is that a bit more successful? Some gummy worms. I wouldn't recommend eating anything, to be honest, that you fish out of the lake. That's a public service announcement. You can have that one for free. I wouldn't recommend eating or drinking, or in fact putting anything near your mouth that you fish out of a lake. Free sub. Yes.
Anchor depth 200 feet.
200 feet, aye.
What?
Anchor depth 200 feet.
Yeah, and there's a free sub sound. Thank you, Dukasoft. And you know, it's not free sub as in I'm gonna buy you a submarine sandwich from Subway or something. It's a subscription to the channel. Okay. All right. So let's disable. Well, let's go back to the head. Make sure it's back to 0 rotation. We're going to hide the turret this time, and we're going to go back to the cannon, which was the first one we looked at, and let's see what kind of rotation we have there. So this is the tower. Let's blow this up a little bit. Now let's try rotating that one. Okay, so they both rotate quite nicely. They leave a base in position. So I guess the question is, which one do we like the look of? Because they both have the same kind of functionality. This turret one does seem to have some scripts and a rigid body for some reason, which the scripts depend on. Which we've taken off, but let's have a look at this one again. I don't know is the simple answer. I don't know which one I like best. I thought it'd be quite clear cut when I had them installed. I like this one looks old, and it's kind of like dirty yellow style, which isn't green like the car, but you know, could be in the same universe. Then we have this one, which is Dukasoft's favourite. But I'm hungry. Oh, so you want a sub? Yeah, the only thing I don't really like about Subway is when I go somewhere, I like to say, I want that. I don't want to make 50 choices. I don't want 9 types of bread. I don't want, you know, all the questions like a job interview when you go in there. So, yeah, I just like to go, and point at something and they give it to me. You like the other one. So you like this one best, do you, Dukesoft? Let's have a look again how this one looks in-game. Yeah, I mean, I think it, colour-wise, I think it definitely blends in better with the car. And maybe just maybe, if we don't get too much feature creep and we get on better with it than I have done so far, maybe that could be like an upgraded gun. Maybe if we pick up an upgrade, we could have like the yellow gun laying on the road and then you drive over it and it goes ding, and then suddenly you have an upgraded gun on top. Maybe that. So if we start with this one as the base, at least, and then we can work from there. So at least initially, even though we can rotate the tower, we're not going to. So, you know, it has the option move side to side. We're actually just going to keep it pointing forward. And then later on we can jazz it up when we start adding post-processing and particle systems, and that's when we can maybe use the buffer smoke and pew pew. It's not a very big muzzle flash. I feel like I want to over cartoonify the muzzle flash. I want to have it fairly obvious. In fact, I had one that I used that was a cartoony one in Trigger Happy. I wonder if I still have that or if it got deprecated. Show browser. And I feel like it probably might have been called muzzle flash. Go to my assets and we search for muzzle, I guess. It's going to be free quick effects. Yes, there might be something we could use in that one, but Toon muzzle flash pack. No, that's not the one I was thinking of. Cartoon machine pistol. This was the one. This was what I used in Trigger Happy, a previous project. Yeah, I don't know if that's a bit too cartoony for the effect I'm looking for. It might be. War FX. I think we can use the JMO pack. Few full details, because I think this is one of those that we can actually have a WebGL demo of. Interactive demo, here we go. This might be just what we need. Don Marino always comes to the rescue when it comes to particle system effects. Effect screenshots, not exhaustive, all effects are animated. Alright, let's have a look. Come on, WebGL. Let's go. You get this. Okay, so there's 41. That's one that we could use. Stop rotating, you're going to make me throw up. TD! How you doing, TD? Oh, come on in. I always think of you when I see a certain commercial on TV. There's a condition that they abbreviate to TD, one of the medicine commercials. I always think of you. Something dyskinesia. I forget what the T stands for. Tardia dyskinesia or something like that. And they go TD, and then they refer to it through the whole commercial as TD, and I'm like, ah. I mean, probably not what you want people thinking of TD for, but it does make me think of you nonetheless. Hope you're having a good Friday. Hope the weather there is not too scorching right now. I know you've had it a little bit scorchio over the last, well, over this week really. I'm not even sure. I mean, that's a good place to start. 86.7. What's the high going to be today? 94. So it's got a little bit of a way to go yet before we hit the max. Yeah, there is that. Good morning to you, Steve. How the devil are you on this Friday? I think I'm a bit behind on the shoutouts. We need one for Dukesoft. We need one for PD. So if you like the look of any of these and you want to follow these people, please do. And that one for Steve. There we go. Got the 3 shoutouts in. So we have some droning. Beautiful. And then we're going to have some TD, which is going to be... I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up, TD. I'm not sure what the medication is for. But it's not for ED, so there is that. Voice of an angel, get ready. Here we go. All right, and then we're going to get some footage of Steve. There he is.
Like without the background, I guess kind of a lonely.
Look at that.
It looks kind of cool.
Excellent.
But
all right.
Go to
so we have a gun that we've decided on. Well, Dukesoft decided on it because, you know, I just do what Dukesoft tells me. So we have a gun on top of the car, and now we're looking at possible particle systems to use on it. All right, my coffee cup is empty though, so I'm going to be right back as soon as I've refilled it. Give me a moment.
Thanks for the follow.
Now my internet is back, I'm pretty sure. Okay, good. I need to raid out. I did say it was going to be a shorter stream today. Didn't actually plan on it being less than an hour, but yeah, something's come up, so I'll have to run. I'm probably not going to raid out today, so yeah, we're probably just going to end the stream. So thanks everybody. Thanks Dukesoft for keeping us safe, and yeah, thanks Aggie. All right, so I'll be back tomorrow morning, hopefully. If not, then I'll post a message on Discord and pin it to the top of chat. But all being well, 7:30 tomorrow morning, we'll try and do a Sandbox Saturday. So hopefully, if I don't catch you in somebody else's streams, I will see you then. Often mistake TD for ED. Stevie One Kenobi. Alrighty then. So thanks Tatum. I hope you get all your work done in your garage that you need to, and I'll speak to you all soon. All right. Thanks everybody.